This video from Heater Treater shows the process for getting into Chevrolet 1500 and also Tahoe and Suburban and doing a repair for the blend door and repairing the heater. We'll get into a lot more detail, but this is a typical Chevrolet Silverado. Yours may look like this. There may be some differences. Dash styling was different across years and models, so please consider this to be an overview of the process, maybe not specifically for your automobile. The first thing we're going to do is to remove the glove box, and this one has already been loosened. There are a lot of screws in it. You'll find the screws fairly easily, and then this piece will slip out. Take the entire glove box with it. Once we have done that, the next step is to remove the lower skirt so that we get access to the plenum box. And at this point you can see the plenum box, and this one has already been repaired, so you can see the tape on it. The next thing to take out is this plastic piece on the bottom. This turns out to be probably the hardest part of the repair. There are two screws that hold this in place. One down on this side, you can see where the screw comes. The other one is kind of up under the dash, kind of above the transmission tunnel, and it's a very difficult screw to get to. And what you'll find is that in order to pull that, you'll need an extension socket, so a long socket with a ratchet wrench to go with it. And it's kind of up in a hole, and you have to get in there and get that out. You can only get like a 1/16 of a We've got the glove box out and the trim going around the glove box, and now you can see the plenum box for the HVAC system behind it. The cuts we're going to make are going to be in this area here. We need to be careful that we're avoiding these wires, and the actuator motor is down on the bottom. We'll go ahead and make the cuts and come back to the video. This is the cut into the box, and I want to show it to you in the truck just so you can see that it can be done. It is a fairly tight and cramped area, and if you have a flexible extension on your Dremel tool, it does make it easier. You can see that this is a dual control. It's got an upper and lower door on it. Single control will not have the divider in place between the top and the bottom, and we're going to convert this to a single control, so we are going to cut that divider out, but it's hard to see in the truck, so we'll take this into the bench and make it look a lot easier. Here's a plenum box that's been removed from a Chevrolet truck, and this is basically the same piece that we were seeing under the dash inside the truck. But it's going to be a lot easier to effect the repair and show exactly what's going on here. The silver tape is showing approximately where the cut lines are, and we're going to go ahead and cut this box for demo purposes, but the instructions will have detailed images and show you exactly where the cuts are. This is just to sort of give you an idea of the same thing we're going to do on the bench that we did inside the truck. In the truck, when we made the cut, if you remember, we saw the divider between the top and the bottom halves. So let me show you kind of how that works. And this one's going to come apart for us. The way the trucks are made, they all use the same plenum box, but if you have the dual control, you divide the top and the bottom of the box for the passenger and driver's side. The box is identical. The difference is they put this little plastic insert in that divides the top and the half. So if you have a single control, this piece doesn't exist in your truck. You don't have that. On the dual control, that piece is there. And as part of the repair, we are going to convert this from dual control to single control. So internal to the box, we will be making cuts in this plastic divider to allow a single door, which is going to be in this position, to move for both the passenger and driver's side. We've made the cuts into the box. This is essentially the same cut we made out on the truck, and I'll remove these panels in a second. I use a flexible extension on my Dremel tool, and that makes it much easier to get in and do the cuts. The Dremel is pretty fast, but you know, it does help to have that flexible extension just for the maneuverability. If you'll notice the cuts we made, we didn't make this cut straight all the way through the box. What we want to do is leave a little bit of a lip on this side, and you'll notice that these are also not uniform, and a little bit of a lip on that side. That will help us realign these sections when we put them back in. And notice we also have a screw attachment that will keep the two pieces together. This little piece that we cut through is just a wire holder, so we kind of cut through the middle of that, but it's not going to be a problem. So once we get that, we can go ahead and take these pieces out. That was good. So we have the two pieces, and we are going to reinsert these at the end of the repair. Again, you see the divider in the center, and in order to do the installation now, we're going to have to cut out this center divider, and again, we'll show pictures on the instructions, but I'm going to go ahead and make that cut in here and take this center section out. As you saw, it is a loose piece, so we only have to cut it on three sides, and this will come out. Okay, this shows the cut we made to remove the center divider, and you can see that we had to cut along the back side of it. And I have the heater core out of this one, but the heater core runs behind this opening, so when we're making this cut along the back side of it, you need to be very careful not to nick the heater core, and actually it may not be a bad idea to use a hot knife at that point, which is just a soldering iron with a blade on it if you want to be extra careful. You can make the cut with a Dremel bit. It's not difficult, but if you want to do it the other way, you can. So we've made the cut. Let me go ahead and pull the top off of this box and let you see what the cut looks like from the top side. And again, this is that same piece, and we just made a cut. And if you look carefully, you can see that there's kind of a V shape on the bottom of this. That's the movement of the door. And we've now cut this such that the movement of the door will not have a center divider in it. We can put a single door into the system. We've got all of the cuts made. We've taken out the center divider. This is the heater treater replacement. For those of you that are real quality conscious, this is an engineering prototype, and our manufacturing guys do a much cleaner job on making parts. Anyway, that will insert in from the side, and takes a little wrangling and jiggling to get it just right, but we'll put that in. The top slips into the socket on the top of it, and the bottom rides on the bottom of the box. I did that legitimately, so I did come in through the hole and do it. It can be done. And from that point, you can now see that the door will move flexibly from the front to the back. Okay, once we've done that, then we're ready to pin that door in place from the bottom. And it's a lot easier for me to do on the bench here, but we'll come in from the bottom where the actuator motor goes into it, and the motor connection will slip into the bottom of that, like that. And at that point, we're ready to reinstall the actuator motor onto the unit. And get it aligned and pushed down on there. But anyway, that is the final assembly, and now the doors will move in response to the motor. That's the basic fix for the Chevrolet pickup trucks, and also the Tahoe and the Suburban. This is not a simple repair. It does take a little more work than some of the other repairs we have. However, it's still far preferable to paying the dealer. And we'll be back, and I'll do the final cover-up of the hole here and show you how that's taken care of. Again, we do have complete written instructions showing step-by-step. This video is meant to be an overview of the process. The final step in the process is to cover the hole, of course. And we're going to reinsert the pieces that we used. Remember, we offset those cuts, so we have some alignment guides to help us put this thing together correctly. We have a little piece of the tongue and groove left here that will fit into the